So today, we're going to start in standing. So if you want to take a minute, set your intention while you're seated, and then we're going to move right up into standing mountain pose. I'm going to step to the front of my mat. We're going to do a little movement today and some holding. So just find yourself in mountain pose. Take a quick look down at your feet and notice if the second toe is right underneath your ASIS. So the ASIS is this pointy point of your hips in the front here. And just put your fingers on them. Take a look down and see if those fingers line up with the second toe. Okay? That's your hip distance apart. No two people's hip distance apart is the same because our pelvises are all different. Some are wider, some are more narrow, some are rolled in, some are splayed open. Honor what's happening in your body. So in Kripalu Yoga, it's all about compassion, compassion for the self. So as you find your way into your feet, pick your toes up and feel the 4 points of the balls of your feet connect down into the earth. And as you're connecting down into the earth, just feel that tailbone, which is right here on the back side of your bottom, roll down. And as you roll down, your knees will soften. You cannot have your knees locked and the pelvic floor engaged. So as you roll that tailbone back down, there's a slight lift in the pelvic floor. Then set your pinky toe down. Allow your arms to come down to the side of your body, palms facing forward, shoulders down. Now we'll do the fourth toe, the third toe, the second toe, and the first toe. Notice as you set them down, are they gripping the floor or are they just gently resting? Just notice. Grow long through your crown as if somebody's touching you right in the center of your skull and you're lifting up to touch their fingertip. So as if I'm coming around and just placing my hand, imagine it. You can feel me coming around, touching the top of your head, lifting, and as you do that, there's a slight tip in the chin as the back of the neck elongates. Take a nice deep breath in and blow it out. One more time, deep breath in and blow it out. So as you're standing here, notice what's hanging on. I find that I clench in my behind as I'm doing this because I'm thinking so hard. I believe I have to hang on. What would it feel like to actually just soften into the experience? The shoulders soften down. The glutes soften down. The quads are strong, yet softly holding you. Take a nice deep breath in, 3-part breath in through the nose, and exhale through the nose, 3-part breath. So I'm doing this sometimes on Zoom. You can't hear me. You can hear me in the room. So pretend like you can hear me because I'm tightening the back of my throat, creating the ocean sound in the butt. So inhale, inhale, inhale. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Setting the intention today to allow whatever needs to show up on your mat to show up. And to honor what shows up. If you find that you want to hold the posture a little bit longer than maybe we do, then do that, honor it. If you maybe want to leave the posture sooner than everybody else does, honor that. The body knows. And if the monkey is jumping around, wanting to participate, let it follow your breath. Give it a task. And the next inhale, inhaling the hands up overhead, nice big circle up, and exhale it down. We're just gonna do arms to begin with. So it's an inhale, 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 exhale, exhale, exhale. Again, inhale, 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 exhale, exhale, exhale. This time, as you reach your hands up overhead, Grasp a hold of that right wrist with your left hand. You're going to be opposite of me and draw it across your body. Coming into half moon. Pressing through the hip, feeling that lateral side body open. Inhaling, coming back to center. Exhaling, arms down. Inhaling the hands back up. Grabbing that left wrist, once again opposite, pressing through that left hip. Exhale. Take a nice deep inhale. And exhale. Inhale, coming up. Exhaling the hands down. Again, we're going to do a nice deep inhale all the way up. Exhaling down. This time, grabbing your right hand behind you, drawing through that shoulder, and letting the left ear drop to the left shoulder as the right hand is drawn behind you, opening through the scaling. So, whatever hand is pulling is the direction your ear is traveling. We're opening through that right neck. Inhaling, drawing back to center, releasing the hands, exhaling the hands down, inhaling the hands up, exhaling them down, taking a hold of the left wrist, drawing it across the body, dropping the right ear to the right shoulder, opening the other side. Take a minute, notice. How is the right side and the left side different? There's no judgment, it's a noticing. Staying with your breath. On the next inhale, release the hand on the exhale, inhaling the hands up, exhaling the hands down. This time we're going to add to it, inhaling the hands up overhead, swan dive forward, engage that core, support that low back. Bend the knees. This is the first time we're coming into forward fold. So bend the knees, let them come down low. Let your chest really rest on the tops of your legs. And then exhale, lift through the tail, letting the head go to the floor. Inhaling, dropping that tail back down, squatting down, looking up. Exhaling, lifting up. Inhaling, coming down one more time. We're going to do a full expression of forward fold. So whatever that looks like in your body. I'm going to lean back a little bit. My hamstrings are pretty tight this morning. Dropping out of the head. Shake the head, no. Shake the head, yes. Take a deep breath in. Exhale it all the way out. See how low you can go towards your feet. Excellent. Inhaling halfway up. As you come halfway up, you might put your hands right on your shins just to give yourself a little bit of support here. Lengthening through the back of your head. Now we're going to do cat-cow from here. We're going to inhale, dropping down through the back. Exhaling up into cat. Inhaling down. Exhaling up. One more time. Inhaling down. Exhaling up into cat and roll yourself the rest of the way up as a cat's view all the way to standing. Inhaling the hands up overhead. Exhaling, hands down beside you. Take a minute. Feel the energy flowing. Close your eyes. Do an internal check. What's happening? Are you in your feet? We've moved a little bit. Feel the connection to the mat. Feel the connection to the earth. On the next inhale, inhaling the hands up overhead. Exhaling, swan dive forward all the way down. Inhaling halfway up. If you need to, put your hands on your shins. Exhaling back down. Inhaling, reverse swan dive. Hands meet in the center line, coming down to prayer position. Take a minute. Soak it in. One full breath. Pause. Heading back into half sun salutations. Inhaling, dropping the hands, circling them around. Exhaling, swan dive forward. Inhaling, halfway up. Exhaling down. Inhaling, reverse swan dive. That's our movement. Find your breath. Follow the breath. Slow it down. I'm going to grow quiet. We're going to do 4 more of these. I'll talk you through the next one, and then you'll do 3 on your own. Inhaling, circling the arms around. Nice long inhale. Exhaling, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling, 3, 2, 1. Exhaling, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling, rising up. 2, 1. Exhaling, hands down, center line. That gives the mind something to do, something to focus on. So find your own rhythm. If you need to slow your count down, you can do that. I'm going to grow quiet, but I'm still here. Last one. You're almost there. And as we finish this round, bring your hands into prayer, find your breath, feeling the body beginning to warm. Notice what's happening. Notice where you're holding. Are you in your shoulders? Have you lost that lengthening through the crown? Invite it back in. How about the pelvic floor? Take a nice deep breath. We're ready to add on. We're going to inhale, circling the arms down and around. Exhaling, swan dive forward. Inhaling, halfway up. Exhaling, down, stepping the left foot back, coming into high lunge. We're going to just hang out in high lunge for a minute. So wiggle around. Make sure that knee is over the ankle, not passing. You want to protect the body. The most important thing in yoga is that you honor the body and that you keep yourself safe. Sinking those hips straight down. Now, as you sink down, imagine that I'm coming behind you and taking a hold of your hips. And I'm drawing that left hip forward and the right hip back. And then I'm inviting you to sink down and lengthen through the crown of your head, growing long. Find your breath. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more breaths. Excellent. Inhale. Step that foot back into downward facing dog. If you have to help it, do walk through your feet as you arrive at dog. And as you're working through your feet, feel the difference of the left hip to the right hip. Make sure those feet are hip distance apart, hands are shoulder width apart, and then sink back into your heels. Let your heart travel to your heels, let go of your head. If you're looking up, it's okay, but then let go. Let the back of the neck really be soft. Breathe in it. Breathe into it. 1 more breath. Inhaling, flying forward into plank. So sometimes flying forward is a gentle movement. Sometimes it's strong and powerful. Find where your hands are directly under your shoulders. If you need to modify this, you can lower your knees down. The important thing is that the booty's not doing this. You want to make sure that it's flat. And as you make sure that it's flat, engage your core, grow strong. Find the lengthening through the crown. Pelvic floor helps the crown lengthen. Bring that belly button to your spine. Breathe into it. One more breath. And then exhale, lower straight down. Inhaling up into just a teeny little mini cobra so that we can remember how to do cobra. We're going to lengthen through the left leg, lengthen through the right leg. Feel those toes point. Feel the tops of the feet press into the floor, and then engage that core. Feel that back flatten. So the engaging of the core protect the low back and the back bend. On the next inhale, we're going to just rise up a little bit higher. If you want to bring your arms into it, we're still cold. Don't do it. Just let the back muscles warm. Inhaling, turning those toes under. Exhaling, pressing all the way back into downward facing dog. Find your breath for 4 breaths. This is a great place to go to child's pose if dog's not with you yet. Honor that. Honor your body. On the next inhale, lift that right leg up. Do it slowly. Exhale, bring it all the way up in between your hands, back into high lunge. I'm having to do 2 steps today, helping that leg forward. That's actually a core strength. So as we get stronger in the core, it allows the leg easier to move forward. Sink back down into that lunge. Feel the opening in the body. We're moving slowly at this point because we're still warming up. Inhaling. Exhaling. On the next inhale, bring that left foot up to meet the right foot. Can you do it in 1 step? It doesn't matter. It matters that you arrive at the standing forward fold. Exhaling, dropping the head all the way down. Inhaling halfway up. Exhaling down. Inhaling, reverse swan dive. Coming all the way back up. Let's take a pause right here in standing Anjali Mudra. Drop out of your shoulders. What's moving? What's changing? Are you breathing? Is your core still in yoga? My core might actually still be in bed this morning, but soon it will arrive. On the next inhale, drop the hands down, circling it around. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhaling, stepping the right foot back, coming into high lunge on the left side. So left foot is forward. Notice how this lunge is different. Things I notice in my body is, oh, the quad on this side of my leg is a little bit tighter. I really want to splay out of my left hip. Just notice what that feels like. And so the word splay means opening. It's just an opening that kind of is, a compensation for strength. So that's okay. It's good awareness. What is it in your body that will support this high lunge? Just notice. Again, imagine that I'm coming around, taking a hold of that pelvis, hand on either hip, drawing that right hip back and the left hip forward, and then inviting a sinking down. Breathe into it. Lengthen through that crown. One more breath. You have it. Find your ujjayi. And on the next inhale, step that left foot back into dog. Walk through dog. I always like to walk my dog a little bit because the body is organic. It wants to move. We're vibrating beings. Vibration is always moving. Inhaling up on your toes. Exhaling down into your heel. Finding your dog. Finding your breath. Here it is. It's good to allow the body to move. It's good to invite it to be still. There's benefits in both. Balance. Yin and yang. Movement and stillness. On the next inhale, inhaling forward into your plank. Honor what your body needs today. It's not about what my body needs. It's about what your body needs. Breathe into it. Breathe out of it. Little micro movements. Is your pelvic floor engaged? Is your belly button to the spine? Are you breathing through your crown? One more inhale. One more exhale. On the next inhale, prepare. Then on the exhale, we're now moving down. Do it slowly. Let those arms do the work. Elbows are in. Lengthen through the toes. Lengthen through the crown. Engage that pelvic floor. This time in Cobra, you can rise up a little higher. Invite the arms in. Just a little bit, not too big. And if you go too far, come out of it. I oftentimes think that I'm much more awake than I am. I go into it deeper, and then I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Back out of it. Breathing into it. Inhaling, turning those toes under. Exhaling all the way back into downward facing dog. 4 breaths here. Two more. Last one on the inhale, lifting that leg up. That's the left leg. Exhaling it. Can you bring it all the way up between your hands? Almost. So help it along if you need to. Sink down. Notice how lunge is different this time. Breathe into it. Feel the body beginning to get warm. Inhale. Exhale. On the next inhale, bring that right foot up to match the left foot. It's always interesting to me to notice how the right side is different. Dropping all the way down, inhaling halfway up, exhaling down, inhaling reverse swan dive, all the way up. Exhaling your hands down to your heart. Take a pause. Notice if there's a little more balance here. Are you standing more evenly in your feet? Do your shoulders feel like they're dropping away from the ears? What's showing up today? What's showing up on your mat? Just notice. Sometimes we do not need to do anything. We just simply need to notice and be like, didn't know that was there. Now I'm aware. Awareness is 80% of changing stuff. We're going to move with this, and we're going to add on to it. So inhaling, dropping the hands down, circling around, exhaling, swan dive forward, inhaling, halfway up, exhaling, stepping that left foot back, coming into the right foot, sinking forward, giving a full lunge, passing through it, stepping back into downward facing dog, inhaling forward into plank, exhaling, lowering straight down, inhaling, rising up into cobra, turning those toes under, exhaling back into dog. Let's have 3 long breaths here before we add on. So know that this is the pause. And so if you need to move slower through the movement, there's always a pause, and that's when the body can catch up. On the next inhale, lift through that right leg. Lift it up high, point your toe, exhale, bring it all the way up in between your hands. Okay, we're in high lunge. Step that back foot in, a half a step, drop it down. Now, 2 ways to rise up. You can do one sweeping motion and coming up into warrior 2. And if that's not with you today, then you can build up one hand at a time. Either way, you're going to arrive into warrior 2, sinking down. Here we are. Breathing into warrior 2. So notice, we did do warrior on Tuesday. Notice, are you warrior in the future? Warrior in the past? It doesn't matter, just notice. Sinking straight down, a little lower. Make sure that knee is over your ankle. Now slide across the body. Reach that front wall. Drop that elbow down and bring that arm all the way up and over. No pausing. We're going to just go for the straight, long line, lateral open. Breathe into it. Finding your breath. 2 more. Sink your knee a little lower. All these little micro movements. And if you ever notice, even when we're static, the body still is moving a little bit. It has a little rhythm all of its own. Inhale, bring that top hand up, face it forward, spin the hand around and bring it behind you, twisting through that upper body. Hook it around your back. We're getting closer to that arm. Woo. Notice where your body's talking to you. Honor it. My body's talking to me today. Breathe into it. Micro movements. Okay to come out of it. There's no rule that says you have to stay in it. If you need to go to child's pose, go to child's pose. Inhale, bringing that hand back up, palm facing forward. Take a deep breath. Exhale, cartwheel down. Coming back into high lunge and spin out of that back foot. So we're in high lunge here, and we're going to go straight into a twist. So this is your balance pose here. As you come into this, if it's too much in full lunge, you can lower your knee and come into low lunge, okay? But honor where you are at. Left hand comes next to the right foot, spinning open. Here's your balance. Find your breath. Breathing into it. Breathing into it. Stay with it. I'm just having a quick look, seeing how everybody's doing. That's right. Low lunge if you need it. Nothing says that you have to stay there. Breathing into it. Nowhere to go. Nothing to do except to honor yourself. Nice, deep honoring. Nice, deep breath. Inhale through those fingertips. Exhale, bring it down. Step that right foot back to meet the left foot, coming into downward facing dog. Moving forward on the inhale into plank. Exhaling, lowering down. Inhaling up into cobra. Turn those toes under. Exhaling back into dog. Find your breath. 3 breaths. On the next inhale, lift that right foot up again. Exhale, step it all the way through, back into lunge. There it is. Sink it down. All those little micro movements. One sink down, inhaling, stepping the left foot to meet the right foot. Dropping forward, all the way forward fold. Inhaling halfway up. Exhaling down, inhaling reverse swan dive. So we're going to take a pause here, catch your breath. Maybe just I need to catch my breath, talking and breathing at the same time. Inhaling, exhaling. What do you notice? What's different in the right hip? What's different in the right leg? How about that right shoulder? Now, move to the left side. How does that feel? Notice, is there an openness? Is there balance? Proprioception is our relation in space, and it's good to notice our proprioception. Awareness is the key to change. So if you want to change something, first become aware of it. On the next inhale, dropping those hands down, circling them around. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhaling halfway up. Exhaling down, stepping that right foot back so we're onto the left leg. Noticing, I notice that sometimes this is a more challenging side for me, so I have to really focus on my breath. Sinking down. Micro movements in those hips, allowing that if my body needs a little break, if it needs a little movement, to honor that. Inhaling, stepping that left foot back. Full downward dog, exhaling forward into plank. Inhaling, lowering down. Exhaling, inhaling up into cobra, turning the toes under, exhaling back into dog. Find your breath. On the next inhale, lift that left leg high, lift it high, point that toe. Exhale it, bring it all the way through. Notice, I'm noticing in my body that I can get a little further through than I could in the beginning. Exhaling down. Inhaling, stepping that back foot up. And then again, if you need to build yourself up. Coming into warrior two, sorry for the back. Sinking down into warrior two. If you can cartwheel up, do that. Take a notice here. Warriors in the present. Sinking straight down. Let that tailbone slide down to the floor. And it's almost like there's an anchor on your tailbone right here, sinking you straight down. If you find that you're here, you're a warrior in the future. If you find yourself here, you're a warrior in the past. Just see if you can bring yourself right here into the present. Breathe into it. Find the strength in holding the posture. Inhaling, sliding across the body. Arm comes down, hand comes all the way up and over. Reach towards that front wall. Sink into that left knee. Sometimes if we have knee problems, we have a tendency to have less trust in that part of the body. What would it feel like to trust that your body has the wisdom to let you know when it's far enough? Breathing into it. Inhale, bring that hand back up, facing the front of the room, spinning it behind you, and bringing that arm all the way around behind you. Open that heart to the sky. Fill your heart with the power of the sun. Breathe into it. Find your breath. Sinking forward. Inhaling, opening that arm back up. Exhaling, cartwheeling down. Spinning out of that back heel. As you do that, you don't want to put any stress on your knee, so make sure you come back to your toes here. If you need to modify and drop that knee down, now is the time to do that. Let that right hand come to the left foot. Inhale and spin open. So I'm a little slow this morning because I noticed that I'm dizzy. So what you do is you honor that. You let the body catch up. Micro movements. Notice where you are. Allow the body to come in when it's ready. It's not giving up on it. It's allowing, giving the space for it to be where it is, breathing into it. This is your balance. Inhale through that fingertips, exhale, lower down. Give your full expression, stepping back into downward facing dog. So the cool thing about going from lunge to dog is that we're actually working on our core without having to do sit-ups. I love that. Sink down through your heels, open those knees, breathe into it. On the next inhale, roll. Find yourself going forward into plank. Exhaling, lowering down. Inhaling, rising up. Curling those toes under on the exhale and finding your dog. So this would be a great place to draw your heels together, open your knees, sink back, and honor that it's time to take a little bit of a child break. Child's pose is such a beautiful space. When you connect your forehead to the earth, you can allow that third eye to open. And any worries or just spinning in the mind that is no longer serving you, open that third eye and pour them into the mat. Let Mother Earth take them. Let Mother Earth have all your concerns. Nowhere to go. Nothing to do. Just allowing the thoughts that no longer serve be released. Breathing into it. Inhaling, rising back up, coming back into downward facing dog. That's such a great place from dog to child's pose that if you ever need a break, that's where you take it. Inhaling, lifting through that left leg. Exhaling, bringing it all the way forward. That's where we left off. Sinking down. All the way down. Inhaling, stepping that right foot forward, dropping all the way down. Inhaling, halfway up. Exhaling down, inhaling, reverse swan dive. Coming all the way back up to standing. If you have no dizziness, close your eyes, standing in Anjali Mudra. If you have some dizziness from going from the floor to standing, open your eyes, find a point to look at, inhale through your nose and blow out through your mouth. So make the blowing out through your mouth like blowing out a candle. One more time. Beautiful. On the next inhale, we're going to inhale, drop the hands down, circling all the way around. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, lowering down, stepping back into downward facing dog. It doesn't matter which foot you lead with this time, it just matters that you go. Drop back into dog, find your dog. Dog is a powerful, powerful posture. It works the hamstrings, the quads, the core. It's a great practice in letting go of anything in the head, neck, and shoulders. We carry so much in our neck and shoulders. 2 more breaths here. Beautiful. Inhaling, moving straight forward into plank. We're going to hang out here for just a few minutes. So find your best plank. And when I say a few minutes, it's really about a few seconds, but find your breath. Find the strength in your core, supporting the belly button. If you need to lower your knees to do this, do that. Three more breaths. Feel the body. If it's trembling, that's okay. 2 more. And then lower down slowly, all the way to the floor. Releasing, if you have to walk back, I always end up a little far forward on my mat, so I have to walk myself back. Turn your head. I'm going to go to the turning to the left first, but it doesn't matter. Allow your hands to come down beside you. And this is a prone shavasana. Let everything go. Melt into your mat. Now, if it's not comfortable to let everything go because you feel it in your low back, just give a little support to the pelvic floor, and that'll take that low back pain away. Breathe into it. Rest is equally as important as work. In this world of contrast, we have light and dark. We have work and rest. We have awareness and unawareness. It takes all of it to create balance. Just notice. And on the next inhale, bring your hands out in front of you. And I'm okay with resting my chin on the mat with my head forward. You can rest your forehead, but for the sake of you guys being able to hear me, I'm going to have my head up. If you rest your head on the mat as this, that's good, because it opens the back of your neck. But so you can hear me, I'm going to rest my chin. Walk your feet out a little bit as if you're preparing for cobra. And then feel that belly button draw up to your spine and your pubic bone in the earth. I'm going to have you first lift through your left leg and your right arm and lift it as high as you can go. Really give it some power. Find your breath. Lift it a little higher and find your breath. And one more time, lift it a little bit higher, just past the edge, and lower it down.
And then inhale, lift the right leg and the left arm. Now, if doing the arm and the leg is beyond what you want, just do the leg. Balancing with the right hand and the left foot, and then lift a little bit higher. And I'm noticing in my body that this side is not nearly as strong as my other side. Interesting awareness. Inhaling, lifting a little bit higher, breathe into it. Exhale, lower down. Now we're going to do opposite sides. So we're going to inhale, breathe into it. Exhale, lower down. 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 3 more each side with your own breath. Last one, each side. Good work. Coming down. Inhaling, everything comes up. Everything. Now, as if you're holding a block between your feet, don't let it fly open. Let your arms be right out in front of your shoulders. Superman it. Breathe into it. You've got it. 5 more breaths. Inhale, exhale, lower all the way down. Beautiful work. Bring those hands under your shoulders. Press all the way back into child's pose. Woo. Sometimes that'll get the digestive tract open and going. Sometimes it just really talks to the back body. The back body is really important. We're really aware of our front body because we can see it. The back body is equally as important. It holds what's behind us. 2 more breaths. Really drink in this child's pose. Honor the body. It's done great work today. And then as you're ready, if you want another vinyasa, you can do that. Otherwise, spin yourself around, coming to lying on your back. Notice if you can feel your core. We did a lot of core work today without actually having to do, 100 sit-ups, which is awesome. Bring those feet in, your knees into your chest, and just give yourself a little gentle rocking and rub that low back. Little massage. Nowhere to go, nothing to do. And then while those knees are into the chest, just take a hold of your head and lengthen the back of your neck. And then from right here, allow those feet to come to standing as close to the behind as you can get them. So we're preparing for bridge. I want to do one more back bend, little heart opener. Let those hands come down beside you. Palms facing down. Take a second and scoop those shoulder blades underneath you. Lengthen through your head one more time. Engage that core and bring that pelvic floor up and press through your feet. Now, as you start this, notice that the glutes are soft. See how high up you can go without engaging your glute muscles. Just with sheer physics of pressing through your feet and lifting through your core. It's amazing how high off the floor. I mean, I'm not super high, but I'm 2 inches. And then you can engage your glutes and notice how lifting on up into this back bend, how that physics from behind you propels you up to the sky. No looking at the camera, only looking at the ceiling. If you have to turn your head, come out of this. It's very compromising on the neck to turn your head when you have the weight on your shoulders. So breathe into it. Find your breath. Now go a little bit deeper. Deeper into this back bend. If you have the space to clasp your hands under you, you can do that. If you don't, just allow them to be flat on the floor. Breathe into it. And as you begin to feel the energy building in your body to want to do something different, keep your eyes closed, no looking around, just be on the inside of your body. And you can press a little higher into bridge, or you can begin to move into meditation in motion. Now, meditation in motion in Kripalu Yoga is really similar to unwinding in myofascial release. It's following the body. It's allowing the body wisdom to come through. And there's no questioning it. If the monkey wants to jump in and say, oh, why are you doing that? Just say, monkey, here's your task. Follow my breath. Because the body knows. The connection of your breath with the connection of your body. The union is yoga. So if you're still in bridge, following your breath, stay with it. If you're now in meditation in motion, stay with it. Honor what the body's asking for. Some of my greatest healing has happened during meditation and motion. It's without question. It's an allowing. You ever notice that when there's something challenging in your life, when you get out of the way and just allow it to unfold, there's a gentleness in the resolution. Allow that to be your meditation in motion. And if you're still in bridge, take a nice deep breath in and begin to lower yourself one vertebrae at a time. And if you're still in meditation in motion, follow your breath. And as you begin to invite the body to finish whatever's happening, and bring your knees to your chest and gently rocking side to side. And so from this place of your knees at your chest, link them through your crown, engage your core, open your arms into a T position. The knees are still at the chest. Engage your core and allow the knees to travel to the left. And you're going to just stack your knees one on top of the other one. And this is a pretty deep twist here. So honor what's happening in your body. Your top leg may not lay on top of your bottom leg. It might be open like this, and that's okay. Just allow it to be what it is. Now, do a little micro movement here and manage those shoulders. Let them come flat on the body. Keep running into my bells here. There we go. And then allow your nose to turn to the right hand. So this is a deep wringing out. It's a wringing out of all that movement that we did. We really got the lymphatic system moving today. So now we're going to invite the body to just wring out. And the lymphatic system is really important in our health and well-being. It's kind of that, quiet little manager of all things moving through our body. But it doesn't have its own system that moves it. So we have to move it. We have to move so our lymphatic system will move. So we're just inviting it to wring out. And we're inviting the spine to open and be flexible. Inhaling your nose back to the ceiling. Notice where the core has gone. Is it there? Invite it back in, and then lift those legs. If you could lift those knees together, do that. I kind of have to do a kickoff and do one and then the other one. Now my knees are back to my chest, engaging my core one more time, exhaling, allowing them to travel the other direction. And if you have anything in the way, move it out of the way so that you have space for those legs to land on the floor. And as you do that, notice how this side is different from the other side. And then look to that left hand and feel this wringing out. And notice when you wring out the left side of the body, how it's different than the right side. A lot of times, if you've had injury on one side of the body versus the other, the body might talk to you a little more. You might become acutely aware of a system in the body known as the fascia. And it might be pulling in your shoulder and you'll feel it in your hip. Or it might be pulling in your knee and you'll feel it in your liver. It's the most fascinating thing. When you do that discovery of the internal being, the body, our vehicle for us why we're here on earth, it's fascinating. Still breathing into it. Inhaling, bringing that nose back to the ceiling, engaging that pelvic floor, and bring everything back to center. Hands come to your knees. Gently just give yourself a little massage here. Notice what's different. Notice something that maybe was there that's no longer there. Sometimes as we heal, it's not this dramatic like, oh, it's different. It's like, oh, it's no longer there. And then lengthen through that left leg, lengthen through the right leg, coming into Shavasana. Let everything fall open. The feet are gonna fall open. The core is gonna soften. The hands are spinning open and the shoulders melt into the earth. As the eyes grow heavy and the breath grows shallow as the mind slips away. The mind is not here. The mind is not there. It's in that beautiful healing space of in between. From Dana Faulds, the choice. Is it faith or fear that rises to the fore? Affirmation or negation at the very core and center of the self? Will it be light or dark within the heart today? The icy grip of fear that knots and sours, leaving me to cower in the shadows. There is another way. I know it surely as I know the secret of spring. The choice of faith invites, invokes, calls forth from all creation, both the blessing and the lesson of the day. Whether faith or fear, the choice is mine alone. Each moment, choosing, stepping through the door, trusting that the path beyond will surely lead me home.
And gently begin to deepen your breath. Wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. Allowing yourself to fully come back into your body. When you're ready, roll to your side. Hands come to your heart. Take a nice deep breath in through your nose. Namaste. Have a beautiful day.